There we go. How's it going, everybody? MrHulthen here, and I'm sorry for being 2 minutes too early, but I don't want to annoy my little boy here too much. So I want to start off by saying that I want most of you who are watching this right now and later on, after the stream is done, to write Sora Supremacy in the chat. And I want you to like the stream because I want to see how far I can hack the YouTube algorithm and see if it actually works. Sora Supremacy and like the stream. Good boy. For good boy? For happiness of good boy? Yes, you're good boy. Yes, you're very good boy. Yes. He likes the stream too. Sora agrees. There we go. Good boy. Dog reveal? Indeed, dog reveal. Well, I have revealed him before. It's not the first time. Now there's hair everywhere. Keep him? No, I don't want to annoy him. He doesn't like being on camera. He's a shy boy. Slim, how you doing? Welcome, by the way. Sorry for that. Why are we getting in here right now? Because I say so, Broken Earth. Because I say so. Welcome, by the way. No need to threaten me with another wonderful stream. I mean, you kind of have to nowadays. You know, the YouTube algorithm, it just works like that, generally speaking. Leleko, how you doing, man? Welcome. I'm also streaming on Twitch, by the way. So in case you guys are wondering, why is he so out of breath? Why is he sweating? I was just at the store. I basically had to run back again. So I could start the stream, and I realized that, oh shit, I'm actually early. That's, you know, a little too early. That's not usually how I like to do things. I like to be very Germanic of me, you know, be on time, exactly at the right time. Well, now I'm a little too early. Now I'm too German. But I'm not German, I'm Swedish. So what am I talking about? I don't know. Dekar, how you doing? Welcome. How you doing? I'm just organizing a little bit here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There we go. That's up there. Nice. Okay. How you guys doing, by the way? How's your Friday going? By the way, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys want to do on these live streams? Do you just want to keep chatting around, just messing about, doing nothing? Being complete lazy bags, all of us, and just sit here and just chat and hang out and be friends and buddies? The thing is, I really feel like, you know, playing video games and you watching me play video games, I don't know how interesting that is generally. Maybe if I'm playing Mass Effect, maybe if I'm playing Baldur's Gate, you know, your favorite games, probably it would be fun. Jacob, how you doing? Garrus, what's up? He's a very good boy. Yeah, he is a very good boy. Love him a lot. John, how you doing? Welcome. Kempa, what's up? How you doing? Shout out from Australia, mate. Lordology, welcome, man. I'm here. What do you want? I want you to be here. Very good of you. I'm already happy. Sorry, I prefer YouTube than Twitch. It has 20 less ads. Very true. That is the worst thing about Twitch, is the amount of ads it has. Now, I have basically shut off most of the ads. I've spaced them out as much as possible because you can't deactivate them, I think. But I've spaced them out as much as I can, so I don't think you're gonna be served very many ads on Twitch. Speaking of which... speaking of which... Oh my god, I'm so silly. Do we get cookies? No. Maybe at some point in the future. Why are we getting it in here right now? Was busy. Here's the thing, Slim. When I say so, that's what you do. That's when you do it. Your girlfriend is delivering quintuplets, and I ran out of the delivery room. Imagine if you actually did that. That would be hilariously amazing in one way, but also pretty tragic, and I would feel sorry for your girlfriend. Play Mass Effect? I don't know. Should I? We've played Mass Effect so many times, but then again, I said that I was going to make like a retrospective. And then I got stuck not doing it, unfortunately. But it is what it is. By the way, sorry about this, guys. For some reason, it seems like my chat is stuck. Oh, you're Latin American? It's impossible. Oh, you mean over on Twitch? Is it that bad? That's terrible. Okay, I'm here. Good of you, Justice. I'm glad. Too bad we can't watch you play Mass Effect Galaxy. Ooh, wasn't that a... Wait a second. Mass Effect Galaxy. That is a real thing, right? Yeah, it is, right? That's the... What is that? I never remembered what that was. Top-down shooter? It was a mobile game, right? That's crazy. Shit, I'm sweating a lot. It's actually pretty hot in Sweden. Well, it's not hot. You know, we just... Swedes, we have weak genes. Start sweating for nothing at all. Mass Effect Galaxy. There we go. I don't even remember that. Well, I never played it, so that's not a surprise, really. But there's Miranda, at least. That's cool. But that looks like the most generic guy ever. Very interesting. Dogma, how you doing? Welcome. She knows nothing can come between us. Okay, then. That's fine. If she doesn't care, then she doesn't care. You're here. Good, Zoltan. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, girlfriend is giving birth, but Hulthen said go right now. Exactly. That's just when you leave your better half to fend for herself and take care of herself and go through the pain herself. That's when you be a real man and you abandon your wife. That's a joke, by the way. Maybe you should play an entire fully modded playthrough. I don't know. I've heard that some people don't like when it's modded in a way. So I'm not really, You're feeling super nerdy, Bronwyn. I transplanted my computer into another case a few days ago and started up for the first time. Nice! Is there any difference? Well, the only difference, the only noticeable difference by switching your case would probably be your cooling in your PC is maybe better. You have to visit Australia. You'll die here. You probably, yes. I'll probably burn up, just instantly combust into flames without any friction whatsoever. I'll just go, bam. Oh, he's burning. The Forgotten Emmy game. Yeah, the thing is, I heard of this once and I never looked at it again. And that was back in the day. Honestly, I should know everything about Mass Effect, right? But I have no idea what this game is about. I just heard about it sometime and then it just whatever, it looks like whatever because it is a mobile game, right? It never went anywhere. Boss Queen Hulthen? Yes. Jesus. Still waiting for a new Emmy game? I feel you, man. I think there's probably millions of people waiting for a new Mass Effect game. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be hopium about that and say that there's probably millions of us waiting for it. But most people are probably pretty busy with other stuff, honestly. Except for us, of course. Keep sitting here day after day, just waiting for the day to come. Hopefully that, BioWare doesn't get canned before it releases. 11 kilos empty. What the frick? What type of monster case have you got? Jesus. Is that the modded 4x game? Oh yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, you mean seriously? I have no idea. I don't know anything about this game. I just saw it once. By the way, 10 degrees outside is like summer in Sweden. Basically, it's pretty warm. It's the perfect temperature. Right now it's 13 where I live. So 13 with some cloudiness. Man, I love how we just get into talking about weather whenever we're on these streams because that's the thing, right? We all know about the cliche. You start talking about the weather when you don't have much to say. But the thing is, in Sweden, that's like a national topic. So we generally talk about the weather a lot. because weather genuinely interests us Swedish people. It's a very interesting topic when it's sunny outside. You're like, oh, I'm so happy it's sunny outside. Don't you think it's very, we are very happy to have hot sun? Yes, yes. And we just agree and nod to each other. And it's super interesting and it's super deep. And we start thinking, hey, you know, maybe we should start doing this more. And then it became a trend and now everybody's doing it. And it's the biggest thing in Sweden. It's talking about the weather and complaining about the weather as well. It's like, okay, so we have problems with snow, right? To start complaining about the snow, how the snow affects us all and how it's horrible and terrible. And we hate living here. And this country is the worst. It's the shittiest country in the world. And then it's spring and then it's summer and then it's wonderful again. Now watch Mass Effect 5 be US $90. It would not surprise me if it ends up being $90 because Nintendo, being Nintendo, what they did recently. So some of you tuning into this live stream, you're going to be like, what's going on with Nintendo? Because I know that some of you are just, you know, terminally into Mass Effect or Baldur's Gate or just RPGs in general or Fallout maybe. I don't know what your, you know, take your pick. But I've noticed that a lot of people just don't know what's going on with the Nintendo. And what Nintendo did is that they increased, well, technically, I don't know if this is all games, but most of their games will be $80, 80 US dollars. And some of the physical copies are going to be $90. The thing is, the physical copies don't actually have the game on them when you buy them in the store. You just get a casing basically with a code or something. And it's like, oh, this is so stupid. This is so silly. And because they have now increased like their standard prices for their games up to $80, other developers, other AAA studios, other publishers are gonna increase. They're gonna increase the price for games up to $80. And well, you know, you might be saying, I've seen people defend this and be like, but hey, you know, the market is finally following. You know, finally we're getting a reasonable price because the price for video games have been pretty low for a, you know, relatively long time now. At least, you know, if you just look at inflation, right? So it makes sense that they would increase it in a way. The problem is that wages in the Western world, that includes Sweden, that includes Norway, and basically like most of the European countries, as well as the US, wages have not increased in tandem with inflation. So I don't know how it is on the eastern side of the world, if like Asian countries have this issue as well, but like generally speaking, wages have not increased with inflation, which means that the cost of living is much higher than it's ever been. Or well, not ever been, but it's getting there, right? And so increasing the price for your games, which is generally, you know, generally speaking, in my opinion, a commodity at this point, to 80 to 90 bucks, that is so anti-consumer friendly. It's insane. It's becoming a luxury product again. I hate it. I love Nintendo's games. I think they produce some banger games, but this thing that they've done, this is like a domino, right? It's going to be a domino effect. Now everybody is going to follow suit. So yes, Mass Effect is probably going to be like, but by the point it releases, it's probably going to be like 2029, 2030. At that point, yes, I would say you can expect maybe, yeah, $90 minimum. It wouldn't surprise me if we hit $100 as a roof for a while. I think that's essentially what a lot of publishers are going for. They want to land at $100 for most games, or just below 100, which is, you know, 90, 95. But $90, yeah, that's just below 100, because as soon as you reach $100, that suddenly becomes scary, because you now have 3 digits, right? That's a scary thought. And a lot of consumers are going to be like, oh, that's $100. No, even if it's not that much of a difference from 90, but it's still going to make a huge impact. So I think 90, that's probably where we're going to stop for a while, but it sucks. Nintendo has set a really bad precedent with these price increases. In Australia, games are now $120+. That's insane. What do you guys generally make a month though? Like what's the general average wage per month for an Australian person? Is it like $1,600 to $2,000? Because if it's that, then those are some expensive ass video games. 2021, 2030 is crazy. Yeah, I know, but I mean, they scaled down, Bioware that is, they scaled down recently, and they're below 100 people working there right now. They're still in pre-production. It's probably going to be like at least like 3 years before it's out. As an American living on a glorified swamp, I kind of envy you guys get a cool summers. The cool winters can screw off, though. We don't really get cool summers. We get pretty hot summers, I feel, because 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, that's pretty hot. You gotta agree, that's pretty warm. We do get that in Sweden, absolutely. Maybe not 40, or did we? I don't remember, but at least like 30 plus. That's pretty warm. That's, you know. But the winters, yeah, those absolutely suck. Those are the worst. I mean, it's nice if you like snow, but I hate snow. I hate winter. If I have to go with either rain or snow, I always go with the rain, because rain can be cozy. Rain and thunderstorms can be really cozy. But winter, snow, Guide, how you doing? And Dekar, here in Poland, it is shitty too. Oh man, sorry to hear that. By the way, answering your Mass Effect TV series video, I'd rather not see a TV series with Shepard, but I would really like to see a TV series about the First Contact War. Now, that's a good man, Gaida. Yes, that is what we want to see. We got Gaida on Twitch over here saying we want the First Contact War. Welcome to the club, man. I don't want a Shepard story either. That's what I tried to say in my video when I uploaded it on YouTube, where it was a clip from this live stream. So the thing is, I don't want to see a Shepard story. I want to see something like the First Contact War, because that's an unexplored area, relatively unexplored area. You know, they could have one season of like 6 episodes to introduce people to the Mass Effect universe. First Contact War, bam! It's just, you know, bam! Bam! Gandalf the Based. Welcome, Gandalf the Based. Jesus, you are indeed based. $10. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Or grand man. Granddad? Grand old man? Given ME5's writers commenting on desiring to damage fan expectations based on around their political affiliation. Oh, Jesus. Did they even say that? Has anyone said that? I have no idea. I don't look too much into the discourse anymore. You think we should be concerned with ME5? I don't care if you're a lib or con. Thoughts? Here's the thing, right? I don't think I would fit into the narrow view of what is a lib or a con. I would say that both sides have brought some important issues to the table, but generally I would say that yes, I'm pretty liberal. You know, I'm pretty liberal in most things, but I do understand, you know, opinions, and I try to listen to what people are saying. I'm trying to understand why you guys are feeling that way. And I don't want to judge you based on something, because I don't know how your lives are. I don't know what you've been through. I've been through a lot in my life, and I've learned that I can't just judge someone based on their political affiliation, especially when it comes to Americans, because everything is so fucking chaotic. You can't just decide one thing or another. You have to listen, and listen closely, and look at what's like, why are they saying this? Why are they acting like this? And so when it comes to BioWare, I don't know. That's a difficult question. I really don't know how to answer that. And then I don't know, really, can you give some more context about the political thing about desiring to damage fan expectations? I haven't heard anything about that. I need some more context, but thank you for the $10. Krogan Rebellions, that also, very nice, very nice. Spent a week in Lund. Why does I say Lund? It's Lund. 2 summers ago, and it remained a perfectly moderate 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. It was lovely. I have been in Lund, but I've just been there on a short trip, basically. I drove through it. But I've heard good things about it. It's actually below us. So technically speaking, they're closer to the equator. Not far. It's not very far. It's like 5. What do you call it? 5 miles? No, it's not 5 miles. That's like 10 miles in America. I don't really know what to put it, but it's not too far. You're going back to watching the space landing stream. How dare you, Bronwyn? Well, take care. See you later. Politics are so divisive. Yes, unfortunately. The thing is, politics are everywhere nowadays. It's always kind of been in one way or another. It's just politics that when people say politics nowadays, it's very centered around this discussion about inclusivity. Essentially, that's basically what it's become. And generally, like speaking, I'm probably going to go off on a tangent here, but like Mass Effect deals with a lot of politics generally. Dragon Age has always done that as well. Baldur's Gate does to an extent, but it's not the type of politics that you generally connect with our daily climate, because whenever somebody says, oh, I don't want to talk about politics, sort of like what I do, it's generally about all this with inclusivity and stuff like that. I'm all for inclusivity. But I do understand when people do have complaints about certain ways that you insert it into your games, because sometimes it can feel like what SkillUp said in his video, that it feels like the HR department is standing right behind you when you're writing your script. That is a fair point, because that is what a lot of people feel when you force these types of things into the games. You gotta do it delicately, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm all for it. But you gotta do it in a delicate way. Piro, there are politics and identity politics. Yes, unfortunately, we have to separate it. But one thing that is one politic, I don't know how to say it because I'm Swedish, is not the same as another political question. They're all different. You may or may not care about politics, but politics care about you. Very true. So when it comes to politics for just in general well-being, human rights, things like that, that is something that I consider extremely important. What's happening? Why is the man sweating? I ran from the store to get back to the stream, and now it's warm in here because my computer is, I don't know, it's like pushing out a lot of heat for some reason. Sweaty forehead? Yeah, but that's the thing. Guys, I'm melting here. I'm Swedish. God damn it. Why are you asking this? You know this. I've been sweating since the stream started. Jesus Christ. Okay. So Gandalf the Based says, Hulthen, one of the main writers last year, tweeted he was desiring to make anyone on the I'm guessing that's conservative side hate ME by making it anti-conservative and ignore lore. To me, I don't want games to be anti-lib or con. That's very true. I don't think video games should take sides in discussions like this, because it just inflates and inflames the discussion surrounding the games, instead of looking at what makes the game good. What is it with the game that is, with the gameplay? How is the story? How are the characters? So instead of focusing on that, instead it becomes like a political discourse of, oh, why did they do this? Or why did they do this? Why didn't they do this? And suddenly it becomes like just a heated discussion about something that's just, that was maybe not the point with the game, or the point that, or thing that people had expected when they wanted to play this game, or maybe it's a lead-up game in a franchise, and suddenly people expect it to be one thing, and then they get the thing, and it's not what they expected. So yeah. Hollywood guy with the 21 months. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You told me to get here right now. What happened? Did they cancel Mass Effect? No, they haven't canceled anything, as far as I know. I'm just telling you to get in here because there's something important I want to tell you guys, and that is I am sweating, and it's really annoying, but I've been working out today, and when I got to the stream, I had ran from the store. So yeah, that's why you need to get in here, because I needed to tell you this very vital information. Introduce this man to Willis Carrier. Willis Carrier? Who's that? What is it? You did naughty things? That is why you're sweaty. What? Corinne, how dare you? How dare you leak my my information about what I just did before the stream? I'm kidding. Seriously, guys, I ran from the store. Stop making up stories. It's not true. Jesus. Less politics, more sexy femmellian. Where's the priority, damn it? Where's the priorities, man? We just want hot characters to bang in our video games. That is what this channel really is all about, you know, just covering all the ways you can bang your companions in Baldur's Gate and Mass Effect. Sometimes in Dragon Age, but I'm just leaving that for a while. Dragon Age. I was never the biggest. You guys must have noticed that. I'm not the biggest Dragon Age fan, because I would be yapping about Dragon Age all the time if I was. Unfortunately, I'm not. That's not what I created this channel for. I created it to talk about the games that I actually do love, and that is Mass Effect, Baldur's Gate, Monster Hunter, but I don't really cover Monster Hunter that much here. Cyberpunk, Witcher. Uh-oh, stinky, whoopsie. HultHen OnlyFans when? When we reach 2,000 members, maybe. 2,000 members, paying members on this channel. That's probably when I would release a very, very delicate OnlyFans, sort of like what Markiplier did, you know? Something that is very, very, very tasteful. You would get maybe some muscular poses and stuff like that, but not, you know, it's very tasteful stuff. So 2,000 members, get on it. That's when we arrive. Are we talking about the Ket now? I don't think the Ket was terribly interesting. I do understand that some of you are Mass Effect Andromeda fans, and that's fair if you like the game. It was okay, in my opinion. But the Ket, I don't know, man. I thought they were pretty boring as a villain. They had some interesting lore, but it wasn't enough to draw me in. Hollywood with the $5, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Is the Emmy movie in the works? No. And I don't think so. And who do you want to play male shepherd and female shepherd? Well, I did a clip from a live stream the other day. So I would say Emily Blunt for female shepherd and Henry Cavill for male shepherd. Those are the two most obvious choices, right? I think those are reasonable choices. I mean, Emily Blunt is badass. She's beautiful. I think I've seen people say, "Oh no, she would be too old." She wouldn't be too old. Are you high? Look at her. Okay, that's an old picture. That's a relatively new picture, I think. She is gorgeous. I mean, they can pick a shepherd that's like in their 40s, right? That's fine. Or 30. Well, I don't know really, but they could, you know, that's perfectly fine. And then Henry Cavill, of course, he is probably the same age. And we all know who he is. It's this gorgeous diamond of a man. Yes, I do have a man crush on him. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody has it. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Are you fucking lying to me? Are you trying to tell me you don't have a crush på Henry? Why am I breaking over to Swedish? On Henry Cavill. If you lie to me, that will be the end of days. I like the Revenant Tech and Vault from Andromeda. Those were some cool elements. I gotta agree with that. I do like the aesthetics and how they worked. By the way, welcome Yap and Walter. Welcome, welcome. Henry Chad Cavill, yes, exactly. Who do you want to play as Satan? Ew, not that thing again. So she is listening or reading this book. with what is it called? Fourth Wing or something? It's like this romantic novel that is just filled with sex and debauchery and disgusting things. And she was talking about this Xaden character, and I had to look him up. And I can't look him up here because like the pictures you're gonna get is just way too thirsty. I have no idea. The book just sounds so generic as hell. It's like, what? I don't know. Well, at least not Henry Cavill. I don't want him to befuddle himself with that kind of reputation, having been playing that type of character in a thirsty novel. It's like, ugh, get that. No, my God. Thoughts on Tom Hardy for a male Shep? Nah, bruh. Tom is cool. I love that guy, but he is not Shepard. Mainly because he is definitely a little too old. I think. Maybe, wait. Am I talking shit? Where is a recent picture of Tom Hardy? That's a recent picture, right? Nah, he's too gruff. Shepard is, he's like, I mean, Tom is relatively handsome, but, you know, Henry is definitely a step up. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. Yappin, if you could combine Mass Effect with the other IP, what would it be? Interesting. It can be anything, the story or elements, etc. Would combine Mass Effect and Exodus. Yeah, I would probably do that. Combine it with Exodus. Because it has a lot of similar aspects. That would probably be a good idea, yeah. Christopher Lambert as Zaid. Well, Tom Hardy for Zaid could actually work. Yeah, Zaid, sure. Christopher Walken. Oh, I'd pay to see that. Okay, so Christopher Walken is freaking hilarious. I love this guy. He is so good in everything, at everything he does. And he's so unique. He's such a special actor. I've never heard or, seen an actor like this ever. He is so unique, it's insane. The way he talks, the way he acts. Imagine him as, Zaid. That would be hilarious. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, that would be crazy. I would pay to see that, actually. It doesn't fit at all. It does not make any sense, but it would be funny. It would be funny. Zoe Saldana as Miranda? I mean, I could see some people having trouble with that, but I could see that. I mean, Zoe Saldana, she is gorgeous. She is hot. Yeah, she could work. I wouldn't have any problems with it, honestly. But really, the best choice for Miranda, let's be fair, that would be Yvonne Strahovski. We all know that answer is Yvonne. Because literally, they based her off of Yvonne. So, I mean... There we go. She's just perfect. You gotta go with the main original actor here. Like, how could you go wrong with this? How could you go wrong with this woman? Come on, guys. Come on. Henry Cavill in Sandcastle gives you a good idea of him as Shepard. Oh, I think I've seen that movie. That's the military movie. He's like in Iraq or something. I don't really remember. Sydney Sweeney. Jesus, you guys just keep name dropping a bunch of hot actresses. Vin Diesel for Rex. His voice could actually work, strangely enough. It could, absolutely. Vin Diesel. Family. We're back to that. I know. We're back to it. Family. But his voice could very well work for Rex. Yeah, sure. Pablo Schreiber for Shepard. Who's Pablo Schreiber? Did we talk about him last time? Cillian Murphy, I would feel like he could kill could kill as Elusive Man. Yeah, we talked about Cillian Murphy the last time. As Shepard, I was like, guys, are you drunk? No, not Cillian Murphy as Shepard. Cillian Murphy could work as Elusive Man also. But again, I think as much as I like Cillian, again, it's like one of those things. The Elusive Man needs more gravitas, sort of. I feel like Martin Sheen definitely had that about him. Oh, you're thinking about Cillian Murphy because he keeps smoking cigarettes in that show. I don't remember what it's called, but I get it. I get it. I can see it work. I can see it. Neil, how you doing, man? Welcome. What's up? What's up? I should probably look at the camera when I greet you guys. Hello. How's it going, guys? Peaky Blinders. Yes, Peaky Blind is... I'm trying to speak like a... I can't. I was actually pretty good at faking British. But in the day, I can't do it anymore because I've transitioned over to being an American all of a sudden. So it's... I went from Cockney English in my teens that I tried to imitate a lot. And I actually got some people thinking like, wait, are you from England? And I was like, nah. And then I switched over to American. I don't know how that happened. I just switched. Imagine Rowan Atkinson as Shepard. Yeah, I mean, there is that YouTube video. I don't remember the name of the channel, but the one that clips in like various famous characters into like Mass Effect and stuff is hilarious. We could just have the actual voice actors play their own characters given CGI and puppetry capabilities today. That is true to an extent. I don't know if I feel like it. Well, if you do like an animated show or something like that, then I could see it happen. But with Mass Effect as a TV show, I would prefer if they went with live actors or live action human characters. So real actors for that, and then of course you would have the CGI or puppetry, everything else that is like Solarians and whatever is not human and Asari. You could do both. I hope we get to see a bunch of puppetry for Mass Effect. Not really sure how that would work though, because most of the creatures in Mass Effect, like most of the aliens, are pretty big. And I know that like in Star Wars, generally a lot of the puppetry that they use, the puppets, they're fairly small. Most of the time, I think. Hollywood guy with the $2. Thank you, man. Henry Cavill as Caden? No, not Caden, man. Not Henry. Don't cast literal Superman as the most boring guy in all of Mass Effect. Like, come on, Hollywood guy, man, come on. Respect to you, but don't, nah. I don't know if they keep the lores from the games and they start doing their original stuff for the series. Like Rings of Power. Ouch. Well, I hope they. Of course, they need to stick to the source material in one way or another. Like, if they're gonna set it between Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, they obviously have to reference the things that are happening across the galaxy. But if they're going to do their own thing, I think most people would be fine with that. If they don't include Shepard, then they can do their own thing. Because then they don't have to adhere to exactly what Shepard chooses to do all the time. The galaxy is a big place. I mean, the galaxy is filled with how many? Hundreds of millions of stars? Isn't it like hundreds of billions of stars? I think it's hundreds of billions. Do you guys... how many stars are there in our galaxy? I gotta look that up. How many stars in the Milky Way? How many stars? I was right. I am a genius. We have 100 billion stars in our galaxy. Our galaxy is a big place, guys. So I think there should be space enough to set the TV show in between Shepard's events without having to constantly adhering to everything that's happening. It's a huge place, guys. The Milky Way is not a small little thing. It's a big, big, big neighborhood. Danny DeVito as the Star Child. Oh my God, that's offensive. God, that's like the most parody cast. Like the people you guys have like suggested to me. It's like, oh, are we making a parody movie? Are we making Naked Gun Mass Effect Edition? Gal Gadot? No, Gal Gadot. Like, the only reason Gal Gadot worked as Wonder Woman, in my opinion, was because the director for the first movie, she had a really good plan and a really good script for the first movie. But the second movie, and then we have Snow White. I don't know. Not Gal Gadot. Not Gal Gadot. And she's not very good at acting either. I don't want to be one of those guys that criticizes every actor or actress out there. But let's be fair. She is mostly a model, as far as I can understand it. Back when she was cast as Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman, I had no idea who she was. She was fairly unknown to me. Because I hadn't watched any of the Fast and Furious movies, or well, one or two maybe, but I hadn't watched that one where she was in it. And so I had no idea who this was. And I found out that she was basically just a model who became an actress somehow. So don't know. No Gal Gadot, please. She's pretty though? Sure, but it takes more than a pretty face or pretty body to like really become a character, because you have to understand the character, you kind of have to look like the character, you have to be interesting enough to deliver your lines. Lawrence Fishburne as Anderson, I could see that. Yeah. Morpheus, man. I love how we've gotten stuck talking about the cast for the Mass Effect TV series twice now. But it is fun. I gotta hand it to you guys. It's pretty fun. I could see him probably play Anderson if he looked something like this. See if I can open this, another window. Yeah, maybe. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's a good actor. Keith David. That would be the best option, but he's at this point very old, right? Keith David. Obviously, Keith would be the best choice, I think. But oh, thank God. He's still alive. I feel like such an asshole. But I had to look up, like, is Keith still alive? I hope, because there has been so many actors, man, that has died or, like, they've passed away these past few years. We are losing a lot of actors. So I was like, oh, wait. Didn't he pass away? But it wasn't, thank God. So Keith David could actually play Anderson, but I don't know. Isn't Anderson like in his 50s during Mass Effect 1? Have they said what the story will be? Nope, nothing. Are they just filming the OT story? These castings could all be moot. Yes, these are all just make-believe. We're just being silly and fan casting here. So they haven't said anything about the show. They haven't mentioned literally anything. We're just fucking around. These are not real theories, guys. We're just messing around. I want to see Danny DeVito play the biotic god, Niftukal. Poor Danny, man. He is always going to be typecast as that short, fat guy and everything. He is funny, though. I think he even, like, he runs with it. He's just taking it and he runs with it, which is basically the best thing you can do, really, in that circumstance. But it is true. It is true. That is just poor man. Poor man. I love Danny, man. He's so hilarious, but man, he's stuck in a rough spot. I hope they don't touch the original trilogy and its story and do something different. Same. Again, I could see them like reference things happening, but I wouldn't want them to be like, oh yeah, let's follow the trilogy and set certain canon choices in motion here. I wouldn't like that at all. What up, Killmonger? I would be fine if they copied Fallout TV show to Mass Effect, Yappin. Yeah, the Fallout show was good. The Fallout show was good. I want to rewatch that. But you know, the reason why I like the Fallout show so much, the reason why I really, really liked the Fallout show is, other than, yes, it was really good. It absolutely was good. But part of the reason why it was so fucking good is because of this guy. This guy stole the show so hard. He is so cool. And I just want to see his story, honestly. I like the protagonist a lot. I don't remember her name again. But she is cute. She is cool. She's a really good actress. Everything works with her. All of her scenes work really well. And I really like her story and her background. This guy as well, don't remember his name. He also has a pretty good story, going from this kind of clueless guy into becoming like a hardened sort of, you know, protagonist in his own way. But like the ghoul, man, the ghoul. Oh my God, he's so good. He's so good. Walter Goggins, yeah, I had seen him in one thing or another back in the day. I really had no idea what Walter Goggins could do. But after this, like after the show, I was like, I want to see him in everything. He's one of those actors when you see him, sort of like with Adam Driver in a way. When you see him, you're like, there's nothing special about this guy. And then you see him in a role and you're like, whoa, I gotta see him in everything now. I want to see Walter Goggins play like a significant role in the Mass Effect show. I would love that. That would be amazing. Question is, you know who? I have no idea. Never played Fallout. Is it good? Oh yeah, but depends on which Fallout you're playing. I would say that Fallout New Vegas probably has the best story among the Fallout games, so probably start with that, or Fallout 3. But then Fallout 4 is more casual in a way. It's easier to play, it's easier to understand, and it has a lot of base building and crafting. So if you like that, Fallout 4. Fallout 76 has multiplayer aspects and is very much like Fallout 4, so that could also work if you like that. They've had a lot of controversies and problems, but overall I think Fallout 76 if you want that multiplayer stuff. See him in Justified? Amazing. Justified. Justified TV show? But he isn't the main character, I see. Oh, he's maybe like the villain? Is he the villain in that? Because it looks like he is a bad guy or something. Because that is that other dude. I don't remember his name either. There's so many names. Conrad needs his own movie. Damn it, Gandalf. Oh, Conrad Werner. I mean, sure, maybe. I wonder who would play him. Timothy Olyphant. Yes. Cowboy. It's current age, right? It's current day. It's not back in the the good old cowboy days, it seems. Goggins, Garrus, nah. That would not fit at all. Fallout 2 is pretty good, but it's very niche. I mean, technically speaking, the best Fallout game would probably be the first game, but then again, it's like so old at this point that I could see a lot of people having trouble getting into the very first Fallout game. I remember I played the first Fallout with a buddy of mine when I was like 12, 11, 10. I wasn't very old at all, but I remember we played this on his computer. I think it was a computer. I don't remember, but we did play the first Fallout, and it's very different because it's, as you can see here, it's top down. So it's not, you know, obviously like the later games. It's an oldie but a goldie. But if, yeah, I would say it's a pretty good like franchise, but I don't love it exactly. I mentioned that on my last stream. I don't really love Fallout. I think maybe the setting is kind of too much for me, especially in the games. Maybe it's the way everything looks. Maybe it's just the way, you know, you're getting bombarded with these types of games where it's like post-apocalyptic and stuff like that. I guess maybe I'm just a little too burnt out. Bryan Cranston or Josh Brolin could work as Admiral Hackett. Oh, I could see Josh Brolin. Absolutely. Or Bryan Cranston as well. Harrison Ford and Garrus. Jesus Christ. You guys are silly. Oh my God. Who would play our favorite Asari? I mean, other than the woman of the hour herself, Ali Hillis. Other than Ali Hillis, I would say, what's her name again? You? Oh yes, that would me. Yeah, me. I would play the our favorite Asari. Absolutely. What's her name again? Why can't I remember the actress's name? The mother of dragons? Emilia. Emilia Clarke. I think we discussed this last time. She could actually work. She has those soft features, I can imagine. Just paint her blue. Just go blue. You know, just paint her blue. Give her tentacles for hair. And we're set. Amazing, right? I know exactly how to cast them. I'm a genius. Sydney Sweeney. Why is everybody all over Sydney Sweeney? I haven't even seen her in anything. But like, who is she? Why is oh, I see why. I see why. I get it. You guys are just a bunch of horny bonks. This is just so stupid. Like, I can't imagine. Like, this is the reason. This is the reason. This is the reason. There is no other reason. Why? I've been like, why are people fawning over this girl? I've never seen her in anything. Who is this? You guys need to be put in horny jail. Bunk, 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 bunk. How dare you? How dare you? Matriarch Venezia. That is actually a genius idea. Emilia Clarke as Liara and this girl as Venezia. Welcome to the old people club, Mr. H. Yeah, I feel it. I was like, who is this? Why are people talking about her? Why is she popular? Maybe she has a really good role in something. Maybe she's a really good actress, but I just haven't seen her in anything. So it's like one of these, TikTok things where people are like, oh, this is so amazing. Oh, look at this. And you're like, whoa, I'm so lost. What's going on? It's the new generation. She blew up in the show Euphoria. Is that the sexy show? Only thing I knew Sydney from is from... Oh, she was in Madame Web. Is that it? I see. The garbage Spider-Man adjacent movie. I see. So that was where she's from. She's playing the blonde Spider-Man. I get it. Spider-Man? I mean, the blonde spider girl or whatever. She's there. Okay. I see. I see. And she blew up from a bad movie? Really? Or, well, the show Euphoria. I don't want to look that up because I'm guessing it's horny bait. Fabian, her voice is too annoying. Really? Is it? I can't imagine that. All actors in their late 20s or early 30s. Yeah, for sure. Who's the queen from Game of Thrones? She'd work for Miranda. Oh. Cersei? What's her name again? Right, there she is. Lena Headey. You think she would work for Miranda? I mean, maybe. But again, she's probably a little too old. Nah, I think they should just go with Yvonne, honestly. Yvonne would work better there. She kind of looks like Yvonne Strahovski a little bit, but just a tiny bit. Sorry, not sorry, Madame Web was trash. I haven't even seen it. I didn't even see it, man, so I can't say anything. But I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. I've heard a lot. Not the Game of Thrones cast? Okay. Why not? Nobody from Game of Thrones? Well, I did just mention Emilia Clarke, though. She could work. Why do I need to get right in here right now, Neckerman Games? Because I say so! I say so! I don't know. I don't know. I think because, you know, I said this earlier on the stream. I had to run from the store. And so that is the reason why. I had to run from the store to get to the stream. So you needed to get in here right now. That is exactly why. That's a good reason, right? I don't know. Yvonne was good in Dexter. She was very good in Mass Effect. Because, you know, me? Jesus. Yvonne is a fellow Aussie. Yes, she is. Very cool. Very cool. I like Australia. You guys are very cool over there. I find it very interesting how I keep seeing Australian people pop into the stream. I'm like, aren't you guys sleeping, first of all? And second of all, Australians, you guys live over in alien land. Like your land, your country is a completely different planet. Like, how come you guys are interested in watching some random Swede talk about Mass Effect and Baldur's Gate and just whatever? Like, why? I'm not saying I don't want you here. I definitely want you here, but I'm just saying you guys are strange. You just got off your night shift, Tydell? Nice. Night shifts gotta suck. I've never worked a night shift. I've worked, I think, to like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. That's the latest I've worked. And then I missed the train. So I had to wait on the station up until like 1 midnight after, or like 1 a.m. or something. That sucked, but I've never worked like for that long. You gonna play something now? No, Dakar. I don't think I will. We're just talking. We're just talking. I don't know what to play, though. I don't know what to play, guys. It's 4 a.m. in Australia right now. Damn. Again, you guys sleep. Sleep. Tons of Swedes in Australia. My Swedish teacher lives there. Really? I had no idea. Swedes in Australia. Like, I would like to visit you guys someday because it's just, you know, it's the land down under. But live there? I mean, you guys have like literal sharks walking on land. You have scorpions as big as cars. You have spiders that take over entire forests and eat children. You have cats that aren't cats, that are dogs that walk and jump on two legs, and they have pouches, and they kick you in the face if you look at them the wrong way. You have the most, like, the weirdest country, man. It's the outer worlds. It's the outer worlds, Galahad. Yes. Oh, you want me to play Outer Worlds? You could play the original Baldur's Gate made by BioWare. I could, but then I have to download it and buy it first, and I'm too lazy. Thank you for the example, though. Cutest little baby octopuses, though. Really? In Australia? Everything here can kill you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nothing in Sweden can really kill you. We have the most de-weaponized country on the entire planet. We have nothing here that can really harm you except like kitchen knives and forks, and maybe the odd grandmother who is angry at you for puking in the couch. I don't know. Like, there are not very many things that can kill you here in Sweden. Thank God. Pretty uninteresting place to live, but maybe that's a good thing. Koalas actually carry a lot of disease like chlamydia. Oh, what? Are you serious? Koalas? Oh my God, really? What? Dude, I had no idea. That's also like the most searched term after koalas is actually chlamydia. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Koalas chlamydia. You can get that from a koala. Okay, now I know. I will never pet one of these animals as much as I would want to. I'm not going to do it. I'm here now. Don't beat me up, MrHulthen Daddy. I will not. Shit, I almost got it on my tongue. I gotta look that up again. I gotta be considerate here. No, wait. Wujang Li Lingwiju. I almost had you. So Lingwiju. Welcome. They get high on eucalyptus? Really? Yeah, Chad. All right. Who gave the koalas chlamydia, you guys? Who gave the koalas chlamydia? Was it you? I'm saying, Fabian, it was you. You gave the koalas chlamydia. It was you, wasn't it? It was you. It was you. Look up koalas suck green text. Is it a 4chan post? Oh, it is. Oh my God. I'm going to read this a little bit first. Oh my God. Can I even read this? Because people are going to be like, oh no, this is... Is it... Okay, I'm guessing this is it. Anon hates koalas. Green text. Okay, let's see what this is about. Let's see what this is about, guys. I think I need to move my camera and my frame up here. This is going to be an interesting read. Zookeepers always choose the most flattering photos of koalas possible. They're actually hideous. Zoo koalas are specially bred to be cuter than wild koalas, but they live shorter lives as a result. Baby koalas eat their mom's doo-doo. If they refuse, their moms abandon them to die. Wow. Koalas aren't actually the cuddly animals they present them as. They're actually violent assholes. Most animal on Earth, their brains are extremely small compared to the rest of their height, and it's ultra smooth. It has no wrinkles. Is that an actual sign of intelligence? Is wrinkles actually a sign of being intelligent? I always wondered that. Is that true? As a result, they're so stupid they can't anything new, or they can't learn anything new. They only operate by instinct. If you show them something now, they'll forget. They're like ants. But ants are fairly intelligent though, aren't they? Like they can do like fairly complicated maneuvers with their fellow ants friends, right? I mean, they're really, really good at, working together. More wrinkles, more surface area, more neurons in the same volume? Really? If wrinkles are a sign of intelligence, I am beyond salvation. Oh boy. Okay, let's keep reading. Koala's main source of food, eucalyptus leaves, is not very nutritious. Why does he spell like this? And is actually poisonous for them? They literally poison themselves to death by eating these. Really? Probably the reason they're so stupid. Koalas literally refuse to eat anything else. If you give them a leaf, a shade of green different from a eucalyptus leaf, they won't process it as food. If you put a room with delicious food of different kinds, they'll starve to death. Really? This is because, as I said, they cannot learn anything new and they only operate on instinct. God, this is amazing. Are they really that stupid? They smell awful. Their natural scent has been described as similar to human doo-doo. Oh, God. They have horrifying screams. Search a video of an animal screaming, and it's nightmare-inducing. No, thank you. I will not. They're drones with no soul. All they do is sleep, scream, eat, and sleep. That's their life. They never leave the cycle. It's like if they weren't even alive. The only deviance from this cycle is the occasional honka-honka or attacking their zookeepers for no reason. All koalas have chlamydia from birth. A human cannot touch a koala with an unprotected hand since it's likely they'll contract chlamydia. Oh boy, koalas have deformed, ugly teeth. These teeth cannot process anything that isn't their mom's doo-doo and eucalyptus leaves. They also slowly rot from eating these leaves, and at that point their only option is to starve to death. This cannot be real, guys. I refuse to believe that koalas are such a useless animal. Really? Is this what they do? That is actually amazing. He clearly dislikes koalas. I believe so, yes. This person, this Anon, this 4chan poster clearly dislikes koalas for some reason. Or maybe the poster is actually correct, that koalas are actually this bad. Sounds sus? Yeah, it sounds a little sus. Maybe that's just copium, because I really want to believe that koalas are as cute as they look. 4chan? Yeah, right, yeah. I haven't been there in many years. Also, huge thanks for being a good audiobook when I am doing my game. Huge thanks. You're welcome, Yappin. You're welcome. F tier and the tier zoo. Pretty much, yes. Most useless animal alive, unfortunately. It sucks that they're so cute, though. Because that is just, oh my god. I got MrHulthen on the Aussie knowledge. Do you guys have any more stuff like this? Like, green text are really funny. Because they're like usually the most funniest stories. This one was really funny because it just sounds so factually true, but it also sounds like he has extreme disdain for koalas for some reason. Or Kaido, man, welcome. Yeah, koala tea. You like koala yummies cookies? Is that a cookie? What? For real? Cute but stinky and has a temper. Yeah. Not the best animal, honestly. That's pretty unfortunate. I would probably rather want to pet a tiger in that case, if this is the case with koalas. Because I don't think tigers at least have chlamydia with birth. Yeah, thank you for breaking my uh, my view of koalas, because I thought that they were just very cute animals and they did nothing wrong, but apparently they do a lot of things wrong. Yeah, so my image is as well broken. Yappin'. All marsupials kind of suck, unfortunately. They do. The thing is, I'm kind of ignorant for like a lot of this stuff. Uh, Generally, I would say that I'm pretty, fairly well read on things, but stuff like marsupials and strange animals, anything like outside of Sweden, I'm just not. Anything that is not a cat, a horse, a fox, not even foxes could I include. Nothing, everything that is not a dog, cat, horse is kind of alien to me. Opossums have an appearance only a mother could love. Do they? I mean, this one was pretty cute, though. This one was pretty cute. You can't say that this one isn't cute. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. I mean, yeah, sure, this one is pretty terrifying, but I mean, this one is pretty cute. I would not be against petting this little guy. That looks like a nice little rat, sort of, in my opinion. Fun fact, Australia has a nettle plant that is so painful it feels like burning alive. Whoa! And the pain can last for years? Really? Again, you guys are dangerous over there. You have the worst, like the most dangerous country in the world. Opossums get a bad rep. They're kind of awesome and beneficial. Yeah, I can imagine they are. They seem like they could be a good pet. Especially this picture. That gives me like huge pet vibes. It's like, oh yeah, this little screamy dude runs around, screams, and shits on your carpet. Just what I wanted for Christmas. Badgers. Yeah, badgers are cool. I like badgers. But badgers also have a bad rap, I think. But they're cute. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Look at this little guy. Oh my god. Imagine having that little guy as your pet. That looks like an amazing fur. But that's not a regular badger. This is a regular badger. Oh, right. Yeah, they give you rabies. Oh, yeah. We don't want that. We don't want rabies. Who do you think should make BG4? Very good question. Baldur's Gate 4. Baldur's Gate 4. Has anyone actually like theorized about who should make it? So it will happen, but not by Larian, by Polygon. So it's obvious. I mean, the Wizards of the Coast has said that they want to continue with Baldur's Gate in some way. Hasbro is moving ahead with Baldur's Gate 4 without Larian Studios. So obviously it is happening, but I don't know who should make Baldur's Gate 4. The thing is, I don't know because I can't imagine anyone else doing a game like this other than Larian. I don't think any studio that I know of can produce a game of this magnitude, because that is how big and huge and good Baldur's Gate 3 is. It really set those expectations way, way, way above. I cannot think of any studio that could actually make Baldur's Gate 4. Google Polish mystery tree creature. What is this? What? Okay, so I copied what you just said. Polish mystery tree creature. So there was a mystery creature in Poland, and it turned out to be a croissant. It's the wrong country, first of all. What is a croissant doing in Poland? What's a wild croissant climbing a tree for? Mystery tree monster. Oh my god. Owl Cat could do a good job, but there's no way they would saddle themselves with Wizards of the Coast. I think a lot of studios are very careful about approaching Wizards or Hasbro overall for obvious reasons. I mean, the latest Baldur's Gate 3 thing with the mod thing, that was a PR disaster. That was bad. But let's see here. Owlcat games. Pathfinder, right. Which I still haven't played. It is due time I do, right? I really should play Pathfinder, man. It's one of those I just haven't. You're scared to play Baldur's Gate 3, don't want to waste 400 hours on it? I mean, it's not wasted time. Baldur's Gate 3 is so good. Like, a lot of those hours, you're going to feel like, oh yeah, I'm getting my money's worth here. This is fun. This is fun stuff. Like, especially on your first playthrough, I promise you, you are going to have similar feelings to what you felt when you played through the Mass Effect trilogy the first time. I promise you, you will. Because it has a lot of, like, similar choices and consequences. The thing is with Baldur's Gate is a lot of it is like immediate consequence of what you're doing, which is also what makes it so amazing because there's so much to do, but it's just so good. It's just, you cannot skip Baldur's Gate 3. If you are a gamer, you need to play it at least once because those hours are pure quality. They're pure quality. Then again, you know, if you play it again and you play it again, like, sure, you're going to get burnt out on it, obviously. But the first playthrough is going to be memorable as hell. It's not going to be wasted time, I promise. What's the mod drama about? So, essentially, there was a Stardew Valley mod. That a modder had made that it was called Baldur's Village. And what Wizards of the Coast did was they took it down on Nexus Mods because they thought, I don't really know what they thought, but apparently it seems like they thought that they were misusing their IP and putting it in other games. And what Sven Vink did, which is the boss man over at Larian, was that he essentially said that this is not okay. You know, he defended the modders. So what Wizards ended up doing was that they retracted the DMCA. They took back the strike so that they could keep the mod on Nexus Mod. So essentially they apologized and said it was mistaken. Like they DMCA'd them on mistake. Yeah, it was huge. It was pretty huge. So yeah, I don't know what happened. It could very well have been like some intern that just fucked up. It could have been like that they outsourced to another company that is like super aggressive, because we know that Wizard of the Coast are really, really aggressive with this kind of stuff. Hasbro too. So it could be absolutely that they essentially, you know, had a company that just did it for them by mistake. But then again, I have a feeling that this would not have been retracted if Sven Vink didn't call them out on it, because that's what he did on Twitter. He called them out. He was like, this is not okay. You know, they shouldn't, like, using characters in other games should not be considered as a sort of like misusing of of property, it should be like you should feel honored, because that just means that it's a cross pollinating essentially between games, which is essentially what he said. There's been news that CDPR expects to make a lot of money this year. Really? So people think that they might be doing a new DLC or something with Cyberpunk. You think so? I would like that, please. But I don't, in one way, I think they should just focus on Cyberpunk 2. I don't think that they should, because Phantom Liberty was a really good end chapter to Cyberpunk. They really made the game that they promised, essentially. Not all the way. There was definitely missing stuff that people just, still felt it wasn't exactly what people wanted from the beginning. It's sort of like with No Man's Sky as well. It's like it's never going to be what they promised from the beginning, but they got somewhere close. And I think they should just move on to Cyberpunk 2, because I really want to see Cyberpunk 2. I want to see what's the future in storytelling, what's the future for the characters, like all that kind of stuff. I want to see a new story. So a Juice Head has a lot of good info. Maybe he does. I don't really watch him. I've seen him pop up on my algorithm a few times, but let's look it up. Let's look it up just because. Cyberpunk. I don't think there will be one. Yeah, there were supposed to be 2 expansions, right? Yeah, they leaked it on 4chan back in 2021 that it was supposed to be called The Moon, apparently, from what they say here on Gaming Bible. Very interesting. It's probably going to be was going to be like a moon type expansion where you visit the moon. With Baldur's Gate 4 without Laren, for me, it's the same than a new Metro game without 4A games doing it. Feels hella weird. It would definitely be weird. They could probably, another studio could probably do it, but it's not going to be the same. It's definitely not going to be the same. Flamix Teostra, you already skipped BG3. Why? I gotta tell you, gotta play it. You gotta play it. You gotta. I will not allow you to leave this chat if you don't play BG3. How's you and Linnea? I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, well, she's in the other room. She is in the chat, but you can talk with her in the chat on YouTube if you want to. She's over there. Have you seen the new FromSoft game on Switch 2? Yeah. But I'm a little iffy on that because, well, first of all, the pricing, I'm not super big on Twitch or Switch 2 right now because of the announcement that the games are going to be overpriced as hell, in my opinion. So, and I think that unfortunately it's really shitty that we have a new Souls game coming out, but you got to get a new console to play it for $450, is it right? So I don't know. I don't like that. That kind of sucks. Kind of sucks, man. It's Khan. Oh, welcome. Yeah, it's been years. Definitely. It's been a while. How you doing? By the way, in Finland, it's 569. 569 euro. What? No way. Wait a second. Switch to... Huh? What? Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is the source, guys. If you're gonna source anything to make a bigger shitstorm around the Switch 2, it's 589 euros in Finland. Okay, that's a bit much for a Switch 2. Wasn't this first Switch just 300 bucks or 300 euros? What the actual frickety frack? I don't even know what the price is in Sweden, but 589? That's like 6,500 Swedish crowns. That's more than the PlayStation 5. What? Yeah, no, we're Sweden. And they are Finland. We're essentially the same country, basically, almost. So it's like, wait. Huh? Yeah, because people keep talking about the tariffs, right? The Trump tariffs. But if this is the price in Finland, what the frick is the price in Sweden? What? Wait a sec. What's going on? In some countries, it's different, right? It's still 470. So just checked in Belgium, the price is 470 euros for the basic edition and 510 euros for the Mario Kart World bundle. So it's a little bit higher there or lower there or a little bit higher than the base. But that is Bergsala, Nintendo distributor for Nordics for you. Oh, so they take even more money? Oh, God. For me, the Mario Kart edition is 510. The Switch 2 itself, 470. Okay, that's about average. Yeah, that's too much. I gotta look that up in Sweden. Switch 2 power. I'm serious. Are you fucking serious? Okay, here, guys. Here. Swedish crowns. Swedish crowns right here. Sweden. The base is 6,695 Swedish crowns. That's like 650, 600. Yeah, basically what the Finnish price was. 7,490 including Mario Kart. I don't give a shit about Mario Kart. 6,695. What was the PlayStation 5? It was like 5,000 Swedish crowns. 5 and 5, I think, in Sweden. For the PlayStation. Nordic people rich? No! No. We are not rich, especially not Sweden. Like I mentioned earlier, like the wages in Sweden is just like in America in a way, like in a lot of Western countries. Our wages has not increased in tandem with inflation. So cost of living here is fucking super expensive now. Most people can't afford most things that they generally did before. Most people can't. So it's like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna sell well. I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is not gonna sell well in Sweden. For sure. I don't think any parent today is gonna be like, yeah, okay, we'll just cuff up 6,695 crowns for our kid just because. What? I thought that this was gonna be like, 450 or 4,500 Swedish crowns, not 30% extra. What? How much are the games in Sweden? I don't know. I don't think they've set any prices for any of the games yet. At least I don't think so. Generally, games in Sweden is like, between, 699 crowns, 699 up to maybe, 799 or 899, depending on, deluxe editions and so forth, just like the prices have generally been. So generally, when you convert a dollar, $1 is essentially 10 Swedish crowns. So when you take like $80, that's basically 800 Swedish crowns. So it's just times 10 essentially. So this is equal to like $650 or $660 or something. I hope this is going to be a flop. I hope it is. Either that or they lower the prices, because I will not be buying this until like maybe a year or 2 years, when they've actually lowered the price. But the crazy thing is Nintendo never lower their fucking prices. So this is what we're going to live with if they stick with this. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I was excited for Switch 2. Yeah, the 450 was all right, but 489. Yeah, I was excited for Switch. I was excited for Switch 2 because we have a Switch. We love using our Switch whenever there's any good games coming out. But Jesus. Oh my God. One of my buddies wants to buy it just for Mario World, and I'm like, dude, you are dumb. Some people feel that their money's worth is in buying a console for 6,600 Swedish crowns and just playing one game for it. Sure. But when I got my PC, like, for example, this monster of a PC that I have right here, I had saved up a good amount of money. And then also I use it for editing. I use it for work. I play a lot of different games on it. I'm pushing it to the max as much as possible. I actually get my money's worth out of it. The Switch 2, I don't know, man. And with the $80 to $90 price tag, it's like, what? I assume the prices for games are insane because Mario Kart is already 85 euros here. Yeah. I don't get this. I'm currently playing Zelda on PC, Piro, much higher resolution and frames. Really? Ooh, you shouldn't say that out loud. Nintendo is gonna be furious. How dare you? We gotta look up what the games are, though. Like, what? I gotta look up another store as well. We gotta see. Okay, so Power has them. What? Okay, so here's one of the most famous store in most general consumer stores, Elgiganten, which I do like. I do like buying my stuff from them, but they are even more expensive. 6,795, 7,409. Oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? Emulation is legal, is it? Honestly, I don't know. I've never looked into it. I'd rather buy a pack of used condoms, to be honest. I don't know I don't know about that, man. But that is actually insane. That is actually insane. Oh, but you can play Cyberpunk on it. Come on. I applaud CDPR for moving Cyberpunk to Switch 2. That's commendable, CDPR. I like you guys a lot. But really, I would. I have a PC, so of course I don't feel the need to play this on a Switch 2, but like, Cyberpunk 2077 is one of those games where you want to max out your graphics and resolution and frames as much as possible to make it the most realistic cyber psycho crazy game possible, and you play it on a Switch 2. Like, sure, if you haven't played it yet and you buy a Switch 2 and you want to play it there, fine, the game is really good on its own, besides that. But really, okay, it's but okay, it's fine. I respect your decision. It's just crazy to me how that works. Oh, and by the way, if you have Tears of the Kingdom on your Switch, you have to pay something like $20 to upgrade into the Switch 2 edition. How about that? It's essentially a remaster, but it's not. it just uses the power of Switch 2, but you need to pay $20 to do it. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I fucking love Tears of the Kingdom. One of my favorite games on Nintendo overall. I think I would say maybe on fourth place, I would give Mario 64 first place because I have such nostalgia for that. Then we have obviously Ocarina of Time. Well, then Majora's Mask, honestly. And then Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom. So fifth place maybe. Why didn't they stick to just $5 to $10 upgrade? I don't think they should have had an upgrade for like $5 or $10 at all. I think they should have just, hey, if you get the Switch 2, you get to play Tears of the Kingdom on a 120 FPS on 1080p resolution. How'd that sound? It's totally free. That would be a good counterpoint, you know, to balance out all the bad. It should be free. Other companies do stuff for free like this. Why do you do this, Nintendo? You greedy. You greedy. You greedy as hell. What are you doing? I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. What is this? Nickel and dime, lick a nickel and dime, nickel and dime. We got a nickel and dime, all the gamers. The fucking crazy thing is people are still gonna buy this. People are still gonna buy this. I desperately want this to be a flop just to, you know, no, Nintendo, no. But people are gonna buy it. And they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to keep getting away with it. And GTA 6, like people have talked about already, it's going to sell for $100. Mark my words, they are going to put GTA at least $90. They're going to put the base edition of GTA 6, $90, possibly even $100, probably $90. Let's be realistic here. And they're just going to call it a day. Because $100, again, is a scary number. Like 3 digits, yeah, that's a scary number for most consumers. They're going to stick it at 90, and people are going to be like, yeah, that's fine. Bye. Get this, I heard Nintendo Switch 1 games run throughout emulation. I don't know if it's confirmed, but that's what I heard. Wait, what? You mean for Switch 2? No way they're selling GTA for 100. They want to lure people to GTA 0 and buy microtransactions. That's very true. Yeah, so GTA 6 is probably not going to be 100, but at least 90. At least 90. Because it's that psychological difference, right? When you have a double-digit number, up to a 90, it could be even like being 99. That's why every store always uses 99 for most things. Like 99.99 or something like that. Because as soon as you get up to 100... that is a big, scary psychological factor that a lot of stores and stuff just stay away from. So they just put it at like 90 to 99. So I think that's where we're going to land. They're going to want to go up as far as they can, just below 100. GTA 6 is the only game where I would accept the $100 price if it lives up to the hype. I don't know, Koto. Like, maybe, but... again, we're opening a can of worms here where as soon as that becomes acceptable, every other publisher is going to be like, yeah, but we can make games of the same caliber, of the same quality, so we're going to do it too now. Because the consumers definitely don't have a problem with it because they bought GTA 6 for $100 and that game had 100 million copies sold the first week. I mean, if that happens, then it's all over. They're gonna increase prices over the entire industry. You can bet on it. It's gonna be wow. Okay, yeah. This is Nintendo right now took the first step, and what I think GTA 6 is going to do, they're going to plant their 2 feet on the ground, and they're going to be like, yeah, we're planting the flag here it is. Here's the new price. Get used to it. And then that's that. You know, we're going to have to get used to higher prices, unfortunately. All shitty games will cost 100? Yes, absolutely. Even shitty games, even unbalanced, even buggy, broken messes of games will be 100. Or, well, $90 to $99 or something like that. Fine with waiting for sales. Yeah, I think it's a good thing people are getting used to buying things on sale, because it's just, you know, it's just a smart thing to do. There's so many games out now that it's like I have this insane backlog. I actually started playing Dying Light and Dying Light 2 the other day, and I've played through most of the first game and a lot of the second game. And I had not played those games before, and I haven't even touched most of the games that have released this year. Like, it's just better to wait for sales. And I think I got both the games for like $20 essentially. I got the package, so I got both Dying Light and Dying Light 2 really cheap. So yeah, and they're really good games, both of them. I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, sales is really it, man. Like, obviously, yes, I will have to get GTA 6 simply because I'm a content creator, but I'm not going to be happy when I'm doing it. I don't want to do it at all. I would prefer not having to buy it if it's like 90 to 100, but you know, what can you do now? I wouldn't mind if I thought most of the money was going to people who actually worked on the game, not just the publishers and higher executives who have no game making skills. Unfinished Castle, that's a very good point. I would probably happily buy, I would have happily bought, well, I happily bought Baldur's Gate 3 knowing that all of my money was being distributed, not only like mostly to Sven and his employees, but like that was the main reason why I felt so really good about Baldur's Gate 3, because it was already a really good game in early access, and then I bought it, the full version. I think no, I already bought it, so I didn't need to buy it again because I already had it in early access. I felt really good about that purchase. Let's just say that, and I would feel, yeah, I would say that if I knew that all of my money specifically went to, like, 70 to 80% of my money went to all of the developers that have worked their asses off on the teams, then I would be like, yeah, I could imagine myself paying maybe $90 to $100 if that, you know, if that was the transparency we would have gotten, that, oh, this money goes exactly to these people. Unfortunately, as we know, with like Tencent and other publishers, is that a lot of this money is going straight to the upper line. It's going straight to the top and the shareholders and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, pretty much what Unfinished Castle said. Yeah, if I knew where the money was really going, I would be more fine with it. You gotta go. Aight, Blue Twinkies, have a good one. Take care. Does anyone expect there to be another DA game anytime soon? No, not at all. They gotta make Mass Effect first, and that's gonna be a couple of years, at least, and then we'll see. But I don't know. I think they're probably gonna focus on Mass Effect for a while, and then we'll have to see. But I don't know. I don't know. Good question. Anyway, guys, that's enough venting and flaming and ranting for today. We gotta stop because I gotta go make food. I gotta make some chicken. I'm gonna make some chicken nuggets because I feel like it. Thank you for being here today, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on Monday. I don't know if we will play anything. I don't know. Give me suggestions if you want to. Don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already. Become a member if you haven't already. And support the channel is very appreciated. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Take care, everybody, on both Twitch and YouTube. MrHulthen is signing off. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.